So here we have it, the Kirby custom level importer. As you can see, this may look familiar. This is actually a level I've imported from the original game and then re-exported. And I've done this for a few other levels as too. So this is the second area of the game, first level. Then we warp here. This is the fourth level. This is where you battle Waddle Dee. As you can see, I can change the skybox and the music freely. The graphics look pretty bad, but they will improve pretty quickly, as most of the stuff here is just from UV coordinates being bad. That's a very simple fix, in my opinion. What comes next is the more difficult fix. This. I'm not exactly sure what's causing this at the moment, but I am confident that it's something small, and, given a little bit of time, I'm going to fix it up. But that's not the point here. The point is that we have a new tool and something to export custom levels with. So I'm going to show you how it's done. It's very, very easy, and it also comes with a level importer, which I've worked a lot on, even probably more so than the exporter. And I really want to get this out here just now, mostly for the importer and basic exporting. So this thing uses Blender, obviously. So let's go over what I have here. I have my three areas, and I have them separated into different scenes. So scene 1 is the first area, scene 2, second area, scene 3, third area. So let's go over how you can use this. We'll make a new scene, right? World 2, level 1. As you can see, it looks different than in game. That's because all the settings in the game model used aren't exactly the same as what Blender takes, but I think it's very good. I mean, looks pretty accurate too in game, all things considered. On each mesh, you'll want to have a setting here where you want to define whether it's collision or it's graphics. Graphics, pretty simple, it's just the model itself. Collision has a lot more interactive parts. The collision in Kirby, as you know, is a bunch of paths. It's 2D. How I decided to represent that would be curves. So you have curves here that represent the path. Pretty straightforward. This is just a line Kirby walks along. And you have a bunch of settings here. You have a number, you have a speed, and you have warps. You have locking, and then you have the connections. So basically how it works is you walk along the path, and each path has a number. You start off on number 1, usually, and then when you go forward, you go to the next node. When you go backward, you go to the previous one. You can lock, make it so you can't go forward. This is usually used for warps or locking doors. If you want to use a warp, you enable it, and then you put the thing. I said usually you start at 1, because when you warp, you can go to any one. Like, for example, if I wanted to start at 5, I'd put 5 here. The speed is just how fast Kirby walks. It depends on how long the thing is as well. So if it's a very long path, your speed is higher. We have cameras. Cameras have a node number, and then they have some other settings. Right now I don't support most of the settings, just this node number. So for each path you need a camera. And then we have the actual collision itself. So we look here, it's just a floor where Kirby walks, and the ceiling and the warps. You're gonna have, each triangle has a material. The material will just define the settings for that triangle. You have the normal type, collision type, and warp number. So the export, you just choose your level, choose the skybox, choose the music, scale, and then export. Hit export. And then once you export everything, you need to drag your ROM over to a level packer that will take every single level and put it all together. It takes a while, so I would recommend you go into the file, and I have a couple of breaks. That is, you can just erase those, and it will limit it to just exporting over the first level while they're in, and then erase them, and it'll do all the levels. I do this because it's way faster, and I only need to test on level 1.